All right, let's dive right in. Today we're talking about the massive, and I mean massive, shift happening in search. AI is here, and it is completely rewriting the rules for anyone who, relies on that valuable organic traffic.
So let's just get to the question that's probably been on your mind. You're doing everything right. You're following all the best practices, but you log into your analytics and you're just staring at the screen thinking, where did all my traffic go? If that sounds familiar, trust me, you are not alone. This is the new reality of AI-powered search. In this slide, this pretty much sums up the whole problem perfectly. It's a phenomenon people are calling the Great Decoupling. And what it means is, your content is actually being seen more than ever. Look at that, impressions are way up. But the actual clicks that get people to your website, yeah, those are going down. This isn't some small tweak, folks. It's a fundamental change in how search works, and it means we have to start thinking way beyond just chasing the click.
Okay, so here's how we're going to break it all down. First, we'll look at how AI is shaking things up. Then we'll get into the new rules and this new acronym, GEO. Don't worry, we'll make it simple. We'll also talk about why your old SEO skills are more important than ever. After that, it's all about the new playbook, how to measure what matters now, and finally, how you can actually thrive in all this change.
All right, first things first, search interrupted by AI. The big player here, the real game changer, is these AI overviews. You've probably seen them. Instead of that classic list of 10 blue links, search engines are now just giving you the answer. They're summarizing everything right there on the results page. Now for a user, that's amazing, right? Super helpful. But for us, it means they often get what they need and they never have to click through to our websites. Every time there's a big shift like this, the internet just explodes with SEO is dead, right? We've all seen it. But honestly, that's just the wrong way to look at it. The real question isn't if our skills still matter, but how they're evolving. The core principles we've always relied on are still absolutely critical. We just have to aim them in a slightly new direction.
Okay, next up, we got to talk about the alphabet soup of acronyms. SEO, AEO, AIO, now GEO. It's a lot to keep track of, I get it. So let's just cut through all that noise and figure out what these things actually mean, and more importantly, which ones you really need to care about.
So let's start with the classic, the one we all know and love, good old SEO, search engine optimization. For years, the goal was super simple, right? Show up high in the search results to drive traffic to your website. It was all about the clicks. Clicks were the currency. Now let's zoom out a bit. There's this bigger umbrella term floating around, AIO, or Artificial Intelligence Optimization. Think of this as the whole shebang. It's about optimizing your brand's presence everywhere AI lives, not just in search engines, but in chatbots, discovery platforms, you name it. The playing field just got a whole lot bigger.
And that brings us to the one we really need to focus on today, GEO, which stands for Generative Engine Optimization. This is a super important piece of that bigger AIO puzzle. It's all about making sure you're visible inside those AI-generated answers, in Google's AI overviews, in Bing's Copilot, even in tools like Perplexity. This right here is the new frontline. This is where the battle for visibility is happening.
Okay, so we've kind of mapped out this new world. But I really want to stress this. It doesn't mean you have to throw out everything you know about SEO. Not at all. In fact, those skills are the very foundation for everything we're about to talk about. Think of this as an evolution, not a replacement.
And really, it all boils down to this one simple quote. This is the main idea for our whole explainer, and it comes from Danny Sullivan at Google, so it's definitely worth listening to. He said, "Good SEO is good GEO." It's that simple. All the things that have always made for good, high-quality content, those are the exact same things that will make you successful in this new era. And if you look at this timeline, it really puts it all into perspective. This whole AI search thing didn't just come out of nowhere. It's actually the next logical step in a journey Google's been on for more than a decade. I mean, think about it. Way back in 2011, the Panda update started cracking down on thin, low-quality content. Then Hummingbird helped Google understand what we actually mean. And more recently, the Helpful Content update. It's all been leading here, a laser focus on direct, credible, helpful answers for real people. AI overviews are just the latest chapter in that story.
All right, so we've got the theory down. Now let's get into the good stuff, the practical, what do I do now part. Here's your new playbook, broken down into 4 principles that are proven to work for generative search.
Principle number 1, and this is a big one, write for people, not for robots. I know, we've been saying this for years, but now it is absolutely non-negotiable. Just look at this example. On the left, you've got that classic keyword stuffed nonsense that's just painful to read. But on the right, it's simple, clear, and genuinely helpful. Here's the key. If a real person can easily understand it, you can bet a sophisticated AI trained on high-quality text can understand it too. Principle 2 is all about creating content that only you could possibly create. See, these AI systems need to tell the difference between generic fluff and truly reliable sources. Your secret weapon is your unique, authoritative information. We're talking about your own original research, case studies with real hard numbers, and commentary from actual experts. It's the non-commodity content that AI engines are looking for.
Okay, Principle 3 is a back-to-basics reminder, but it is so important. Do not forget the fundamentals. All that technical SEO stuff is still the bedrock of success. A fast site, a mobile-friendly site, a secure connection, those aren't just nice-to-haves for your users. They are massive quality signals that tell AI systems whether your content is even worth looking at in the first place.
And number 4, help the AI understand your entities. Now, I know entity sounds like a super technical, nerdy word, but the idea is actually pretty simple. An entity is just a thing, a person, a product, a company, a concept. By using structured data, which is kind of like putting little labels on your content, you can tell the AI exactly what you're talking about. This removes all the guesswork and helps the AI connect your content to the right questions.
So that's the playbook, but let's circle back to that big problem we started with, the great decoupling. If clicks are going down, how on earth do you prove to your boss or your client that what you're doing is actually valuable? Well, it's time to start measuring success beyond just traffic.
And here's the big mindset shift you have to make. The new goal is visibility-first SEO. Think about it. Every single time your brand shows up in one of those AI answers, you're building awareness and authority. That impression, that moment of visibility has real value. Even if it doesn't lead to a click, you're becoming the recognized expert in your space.
And here is the payoff. You might be getting fewer clicks overall, but the clicks you do get, they are pure gold. Check out this stat. Users who click through from an AI answer are 4.4 times more likely to convert. 4.4 times. Why? Because they are super high intent. They already got a summarized answer and now they're coming to you for the next step. These are the best visitors you could possibly ask for.
So this means your metrics have to evolve too. We need to look beyond just keyword rankings. We should be tracking things like total impressions to measure that visibility. We need to track share of voice. How often are you showing up in AI answers compared to your competitors? We need to track our entities to make sure the AI knows what we're about. And we need to monitor AI citations to count how often we're used as a source.
So what's the bottom line here? It's pretty clear. This is all about adapting so we can thrive. This isn't some kind of meteor headed for the SEO industry. It's not an extinction event. It's just the next evolution of what we do. Okay, so what can you do right now, today? Here's a quick checklist. 1. Audit your entities. Figure out what you're known for and add the right schema to make it crystal clear. 2. Make your pages answer-ready with clear headings and concise sections. 3. Start tracking those new KPIs, impressions, citations, and share of voice. And finally, number 4, go fix any technical or user experience gaps on your site.
And I'll just leave you with this one last thought. For years, our whole job has been about making our content great for our human audience. And look, that is still and will always be the most important thing. But now there's a new question we all have to ask ourselves. Your content is ready for your audience, but is it ready for AI?